Now, Darragh, obviously, I'm sure you're disappointed this morning. Disappointment for Doon yesterday. How are you feeling after it?
Yeah, sure. When you don't show up, you won't win. Like, we just weren't good enough. If you want to win, you have to do everything right, and we didn't do enough right in the last couple of months. We weren't fit enough, we weren't strong enough. We have a lot of deep thoughts and a lot of soul searching to do over the next couple of months now to get to the top of the table. Like, because it's nearly a mental barrier now as much as it is a physical and barrier, because we don't seem to get over that line. Like, so with Paschal and Kilmallock are in the final now. They're probably the two best teams in the championship this year. Going even on the games last weekend, they came from nowhere to get into the finals. Like, so Liberty's in a day early, kind of saying to themselves, "Geez, we could be in the final." So I think the gap is closing as well between the top four and the rest. It's getting very close. It's starting to get closer, and maybe the championship will break into an eight-team championship maybe next year. Or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because you do look at the closeness of the quarters, and then you look at the semi-finals and what's transpired. You look at the two teams in the final. You look at what way the inter-county team is going, and now you look at obviously the local championship. Hugely competitive, probably one of the most competitive in the country.
Oh yeah, Limerick Championship is the most competitive championship. It's complete physicality. Like, it's different to you go and watch other club championships and it's open hurling, whereas in Limerick, like, it's a very tough championship to win. Like, any team that does come out of Limerick Championship always does well in the Munster Club and maybe even onto an All-Ireland Club Series. And the standard has gone up an awful lot now in the last 7-8 years. Because lads, there's a lot of work going on in colleges and going on in schools and things like that, and lads are all competing against each other at them levels as well. So it's crossing over then. But it's good for Limerick hurling. Like, it bodes well. Like, you even see Kildimo coming up this year out of Premier Intermediate. They could easily have been in that semi-finals. They're going to be a good club. They're going to come through now. It's like they have a very good under-17 team this year as well. And they get a few of them lads in with the team that they have there in the senior. They'll be in the top 4 or 5 in the next couple of years.
Talking about why we're here, the launch of the back-to-back book, and obviously the fantastic memories and photos in it. They say that obviously the good teams win it, the great teams retain it. What do you make of that?
Yeah, sure. Look, we're not. I don't think we're looking back too much on it and going to be patting ourselves in the back about anything. Like, we just don't want to get our heads too big or anything like that. We just want to focus on what's ahead of us now again. Like, I wouldn't have much interest now in looking back at them or even looking at books or anything like that. It's kind of, we can look at them in 10 years time or 20 years time, or sitting down at home. So even, it's nice for the supporters, and it's great for the locals. Like, but for the players, like, we'll enjoy ourselves over the next couple of weeks, take the time off and get back to brass tacks, and that's it.
You're looking at obviously a target on the back when you win it the first time, coming into the next year, now 2 in a row. Do you think the target's getting even bigger?
Target's always big, I suppose. Like, it's always been big for this group of players, even since we were, go back to minor. Like, we bridged a massive gap when we beat Tipperary in a minor semi-final in 2013. I think that was kind of kick-started it all. We won an under-21 in 2015, then the boys won under-21 in 17. The belief came from there, like, and we've always had that belief that we would win anyway. We didn't care who we were playing or what we were playing or what was in front of us. We always had an inner belief that we would win, and that stemmed from winning at an early stage.
John Kiley and his backroom team obviously staying on for another 2 years. I'm sure you were happy to hear that news.
Yeah, sure. I didn't think he was going to be going anywhere. I don't think John has any plans of going anywhere. Like, he's a Limerick man. They're all Limerick people, so that's the great thing about it.
What about the All-Stars? 15 nominations. Started the All-Ireland, obviously the 3 nominations for Hurler of the Year as well. What did you make of that? The last 2 I've spoke to said that the individual accolades aren't what you're after.
Yeah, I couldn't give one damn. It doesn't bother me one bit. All that matters is medals, like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a team game, like, individuals grand, whatever it is, individuals won't win championships, like, you see lads there, Willem is a perfect example, like, he's ultimate team player, like, so, that's what you want, like, team players. There's lads there, number 35, number 36, they're the fellas that deserve accolades, they push us every night in training, like, pushing us in the gym. Colin Coughlin and Colin Ian, actually met John there this morning. We were just saying that the two of them, the first night we were in the gym this year, they were setting the standard, 18 year olds. I'm sure there'll be 2 or 3 18-year-olds next year again, and they'll come through the ranks and they'll set a standard again, like, you know.
Darragh, just look ahead to 2022. I know the All-Ireland final, we just over 40,000 people in attendance. Does that give you a real buzz when you walk out into the field and you see, you know, people you know and the other people from Limerick there? It's going to be special next year, I think, in the Gaelic grounds. If we get back to the round robin, you're going to have 2 home games, and you'd imagine it'll be packed to the rafters. That's something really to look forward to.
Sure, there's nothing like the Limerick supporters, in fairness. Like, it's like going to a soccer game abroad or something like that. That's the way the Limerick fans are, you know. It's even, I remember driving through town going after the game on the Sunday morning, and, you know, people gathering for the train station, and lads even falling out of pubs and things like that, and, you know, you'd nearly like to be down there yourself, but the next best thing is to be playing, like, you know. Sure, like, we're all Limerick supporters at the end of the day, like, and it's just great to have them back in the stadium, because they do make some noise, like, it brings us on an awful lot. Like, the atmosphere there at this year's final, even though it's only 50% capacity, it's class. It's class.
The championship structure, the last 2 seasons which you've won, has been, you know, effectively straight knockout. I know that it's a small bit of a backdoor which you didn't need, but would you personally like to get back to that round robin, the 4 games in Munster? I know it's probably more difficult in some ways to get through it, but, you know, that guaranteed 4 games and see where you are from there, is that something that appeals to you a bit better?
I think it's much and much, like, you know. It's good to get the games. I think it's good for, you know, supporters, for kids, to see the games, to see more of their players. Like, you know, we need to see more of the players, like, you know. That would be the thing, I would say. Like, you know, there hasn't been enough games, you know, and fellas aren't going to be around forever, like, so you do want to see them playing as many games as you can, like, you know. So I think it has worked very well the 2 years that it has been ran in 2018 and 2019. It's been very good for hurling, very good for the GA. Like, obviously financially they're getting out of it, so